Adiyum Antamamilladavar. So sang the 9th century Bhakti Tamil poet saint Manikavachakar, the one who is without beginning or end. And he sang this of Natraja or Adavalan, worshipped in Thillai or Chidambaram as the Lord of Dance. Of course, it was the writings of Ananda Kumaraswamy which brought the Natraja image to international attention. The 10th century Chola bronze of Shiva as the Lord of Dance or Natraja is one of India's most sought after artistic accomplishments, which finds its way into many museums. Kumaraswamy, in his translations of 13th century Shaiva Siddhanta texts, spoke about how this image called to mind the drum of creation, the fire of destruction, and the foot held aloft gives release. And he described this as poetry, but nonetheless science. Of course, the worlds of modern science, with its rigorous experimentation and methodology, is worlds apart from that of imagery evoked by nature mysticism and aesthetic responses to nature and natural phenomena. But nevertheless, it can be said that the Nataraja bronze has evoked a wide range of responses across the world, even in contemporary times, from artists, from philosophers, and scientists as well. And in this connection, the quantum physicist come writer Fritjof Capra wrote about how the dance of Shiva evoked for him the dance of subatomic particles. And in fact, the Swiss artist Arthur Woods went on to design a rather intriguing artwork which he called the Cosmic Dancer, which was inspired by the Shiva Nataraja bronze and Capra's writings. And this sculpture was in fact sent on top of the Mir space station. It was going around the lower Earth orbit, and there are also videos of its fascinating motion in space. And then it went down with Mir. This had been installed in 1993. And why I mention this is, well, of course, to introduce myself, I'm Professor Sharada Srinivasan. I've been working as an archaeological scientist and looking at the metallurgical study of metal icons, and I've also had a background in classical dance and Bharatanatyam, and have danced to many of the devotional poems devoted to Shiva Nataraja. And I had a wonderful opportunity in 2009 as part of the International Year of Astronomy to participate in a very interesting internet-streamed duet performance experiment with a French dance company, Cadence, the team of Jean-Marc and Anne Mathos. So, and we were also very lucky to have had the cooperation then of the Indian Institute of Astrophysics in Bangalore, the then director, Professor Siraj Hassan. So I was performing here in Bangalore, and there was a dancer performing in Toulouse, and we were performing to each other interactively via internet, which is also quite interesting in this era of social distancing. And the theme that we try to evoke, of course, the production is about 45 minutes long, but I'll share here a 10-minute excerpt. And what this excerpt probably brings to light is the ideas that, fed into this production, the coming together of classical and quantum mechanical realities, the contemporary classical dance interfaces, and of course the ideas that were drawn from the ancient imagery of Shiva Nataraja, one of which of course is the description of Nataraja. So what this production tried to bring together was all these many layerings of meanings, the interfaces between quantum mechanical and classical realities, the contemporary and classical dance performance milieus coming together, and then the various facets of the Natraja imagery getting evoked. For example, Natraja is described as the Panchabhuta, or the five elements, and so you see here the evocation of the element water and ether, and also the idea of regeneration or creation emerging out of destruction, and the dance on top of apasmara or ignorance and emergence of knowledge. And finally, there's also a little bit of the archaeoastronomical work that I had undertaken in collaboration with a late astrophysicist, Dr. Nirupama Raghavan, where we were exploring whether the iconography of the Natraja image was inspired by the sighting of the Orion constellation, which appears in the Chidambaram temple in the month of Margari in the zenith. And hence you see there a bit of allusion to that, the star positions on the body and the iconography of Nataraja. So all of these aspects are melded together in this 10 minutes, which I hope that you will savor. And I thank the Indian Museum for this opportunity.
SM 2006 G Y SM 2006.
Da 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 di